Greeting students. So in today's English e-learning class, we will study a grammar topic, and that is subject-verb agreement. Before we understand what does subject-verb agreement mean, we should understand the following things. The first, what is a subject and a verb in a sentence? Second, how to identify a subject and a verb in a sentence. And then, what does exactly subject-verb agreement mean? Now, what is a subject in a sentence? A subject in a sentence can be a person, place, thing, or idea that is doing an action or is being something. Next, what is a verb in a sentence? Action that is performed by the subject or state of being is a verb in a sentence. The action that will be performed by the subject or a state of being is basically a verb in a sentence. Now, let's understand this with an example. For example, Ajay plays cricket regularly. Now, identify the subject in this sentence. Ask a question from yourself. Who is performing the action in the sentence? Who is performing the action of playing in the sentence? Yes, it's Ajay who is performing the action of playing. So Ajay is the subject in this sentence. Now, identify the verb in the sentence. Now, ask a question. What action is being performed by the subject? What subject is performing? Subject is performing what? Subject is playing cricket regularly. So, plays is the verb in the sentence. Now, dear students, based on point of view, subject can be in first person, second person, or third person. In first person, I, we. Second person, you. And third person, he, she, they. And based on count, the subject can be either singular or plural. So now, what is subject-verb agreement? Students, for making a sentence grammatically correct, a verb must agree with its subject in number as well as in person, which means that a singular subject will always be followed by a singular verb, and a plural subject will always be followed by a plural verb. This is the basic rule of subject-verb agreement. Singular subject takes a singular verb and plural subject takes a plural verb. Now, how are singular verbs formed? Note down, singular verbs are formed by adding s, es, or ies to the verb. So, singular verb is always formed by adding s, es, or ies to the verb. If any verb has s, es, or ies, it is a singular verb. Please remember that plural verbs remain same. Verbs never form their plural by adding s, es, or ies. Plural verbs always remain same. Now let's understand this with examples. The example is, the cat chases the mouse. First of all, identify the subject. Who is performing the action? The cat or the mouse? Yes, it's the cat. So the cat is the subject. Now identify the verb. What action is being performed by the cat? It is chasing the mouse. So, chases is the verb. Now, see the subject. It's singular. So, the verb is also singular. We have added s to make it a singular verb. Similarly, see the next sentence. The cats chase the mouse. Identify the subject. Subject is the cats. Next, identify the verb action that is being done by the subject, that is chase. Now, see the subject, whether it's singular or plural. So, it's plural. So, the verb will also be plural. So, it is chase. As I said that plural verbs remain same. Now, see the next sentence. The girls play basketball. Identify the subject. Who is performing the action? The girls. So, the girls, it is subject in a sentence. Now, identify the verb. What action is being performed by the subject? They are playing basketball. So, play is the verb. Now, see, the subject is singular or plural. So, the subject is plural. So, the verb will also be plural. So, it is play. The girls play basketball. So, this is what subject-verb agreement means. With singular subject, we always use singular verb, and with plural subject, we always use plural verb. Singular verbs are formed by adding s, es, and ies, whereas plural verbs remain same. Nothing is added to it. Lastly, students, one thing that you need to remember is that there is one exception to this topic, subject verb agreement, and that is, although I and you are singular, they are singular, but they always require a plural form of verb. For example, I learn English. So, I is a subject and it's a singular subject. So, it will take a plural verb, not a singular verb. So, learn, it's a plural verb. Similarly, you learn English. So, you is singular, but it is taking a plural verb. So, I and you, these are singular, but they will take a plural form of verb. So, this is the exception that you need to remember. I and you are singular, but they require a plural form of verb. So, I hope, dear students, you must have understood the concept of subject verb agreement. Thank you and happy learning.